That took a minute. It was a little bit smoother than... Not as smooth as I needed it to be, but... We're going to do test hands now, guys. 60 card branded with a Stellar, with the LADD in the deck. So, don't have Banishment, but we do have some other fun things in there. So I just did want to run some test hands. In the meanwhile, we will have to... I'm trying to think. Because I need to get something as the Banishment right now. You know what? We're gonna do test hands with the LADD after this. We'll do Asteria combos first, and then we'll do LADD stuff. So I have to fish out of my bowl. Alright, so let's see what my first hand is here. Oh, speaking of Asteria. Well, this is a pretty good combo. So Asteria gets us into anything we want, but we also have the High Spirits. We have the Branded Lost plus Branded Fusion, which are cards we want to keep. So do we need a second Speller Trap? Do we have a second Speller Trap card to make this live? Well, we definitely go... Like, going first, this hand's just insane. So we could just go in draw phase, I guess, High Spirits, showing the Albaz to start setting up our graveyard. Let me move the sub-goal over here so it's a little out of the way. Spray Elf to 1 is crazy. So we can send a dragon here since we're revealing a Dark Dragon. It's either Albion or Titaniclad. Going second, it's always Titaniclad. But I think in this situation, especially since we don't have the Shrouded Dragon, we can just send the Titaniclad here. Gotta zoom out a little bit, unfortunately. So that you guys can actually see the cards. Alright, so then we pitch the Albaz, and then where are we going to search here? Well, we already have Cartesia access with a Stellar. We got to do something to get us another Speller Trap for that, or we could just make it a discard. We already have Branded Fusion, Brand Lost, so at this point we could just go for Cartesia or Shrouded Dragon. I do think Shrouded Dragon provides us a lot here because it will trigger the Cartesia. Oh, okay, so yeah, no, okay, we're going to redo that combo because that combo gets actually a lot more cool if you don't do that. So, let's see. I'll show you guys why. So, new combo. Draw phase. Go High Spirits, reveal Asteria. Search out the Shrouded Dragon. Go main phase. Go Shrouded Dragon. And then you can... Oh, yeah, and then go Shrouded Dragon, pitching Retribution. Send Retribution. I hate shuffling with the double sleeves, I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty tough, but... Remember, guys, if we hit 50 likes too, I'll be roasting decklist later, so keep it up. Let's see where our draw is. We get the Saronir, and then we can go Asteria effect since a Speller Trap card was sent off for cost to activate a monster effect. And now we could go... Oh, yeah, this is actually super good. Because now we could go Retribution, get the High Spirits back to hand. I'll put my Banished up here. Or right here. And then we could go Asteria effect, pitch it... Or no, we could go then Branded Lost. And then we can go Asteria effect, pitching the High Spirits to then get out a Cartesia. And that was basically all just like free value. We could also get Quem here, but we already dumped the Titaniclad. Or, sorry, we will be dumping the Titaniclad. And also, I was supposed to dump the Grand Guignol, my bad. I missed that spot. We were supposed to dump Grand Guignol off the High Spirits because that is your Cartesia bridge. Or, sorry, your Stellar or Cartesia bridge, so that should be there right there. And now we could go Branded Fusion. Even if we get Ashed at this point, it's just fine because we have Saronir and Albaz in hand. So we'll just go Brand Fusion just to show you guys the full combo, and then we can show you guys combos through hand traps. Sending Albaz plus Albaz, and then plus I guess we might as well get the Lubellion. I mean, do we have other darks? We do, but that would be requiring us to discard them. So we might as well just go tragedy line here, actually. Because we already have lost, right? So we don't need to go that line. So where's my tragedy? Where's my Despian tragedy? Do I just not have one in here? That'd be wild. Huh. Where's my Despian trap? Oh yeah, here it is. Literally. Just on top of my side deck. And then we can go into the Lubellion. But this mic stand needs to go up a little bit. And then the Lubellion will then go Chain Link 1, discard for cost. You can discard the... I personally discard the Albaz here, just in case they have a Bestial at this point. It's pretty good to... because they can obviously just Bestial out your first Albaz, and then you'll be forced to fuse. So pitching a second is always pretty nice on a Lubellion in this situation. So then you can go Chain Link 2 Tragedy, get your Search. Oh yeah, and then Chain Link 3 Branded Lost, obviously, to get your Mercourier. So you can provide even more interruptions with your board. So get the Mercourier to hand. So you now have Mercourier plus Bestial. Then you go Despian Tragedy because you have not normal summoned yet. So we could actually just get the Quem if we wanted to. I think getting Quem here is pretty good, honestly. So we'll get Quem off of the Tragedy since it is a Despian. And then we will fuse back Lubellion plus Albaz for the Mirror Jade. And this plays through multiple hand traps too because of the Stellar, which is pretty nice. So at this point now you can go Quem, normal summon effect, and at this point since you already have an Albaz in the graveyard, which is super nice, you would otherwise send an Albaz at this point, but at this point you could just send a Cartesia to get back in the end phase. So you have like Cartesias in rotation. And then you could go Cartesia effect to fuse, so you'll fuse herself in Asteria to go into the Grand Guignol. Because Asteria will be able to constantly bring herself back, so it's just fine if you're constantly sending her. Then you can go Grand Guignol 1, Quem 2, targeting the Cartesia to bring her back. And then Grand Guignol will then just send the Albion to the graveyard that you need to fulfill the rest of your combo line. And you have Mirror Jade plus Quem plus Cartesia plus Mercourier plus Saronir plus Mirror Jade. I would also like to say I would like to put Branded in red in the list, or Branded in white in the list, because I've been testing a lot with Branded in white lately, and I think Branded in white might be the way for our deck. At least in Master Duel. Thanks for following Shadow Forks, appreciate it on Twitch. Is this the list that you posted the other day? This is my list, my post-info list from Nats. So it's the one I streamed, and then I re-uploaded the VOD. So after this, I'm going to try to find my Branded in white. We're going to find the Branded white and the LADD and add them in, because I think Branded in white is actually super good in our deck at the moment. Just super free. So, at this point, we can go end phase, go Albion effect. Setting the Branded in red. And then you can get the other Cartesia that's in the graveyard back to your hand. And at this point, you have a pretty loaded graveyard. You don't even need to send the Titanic LADD, so you still have a Mirror Jade banish past your opponent. And you just wait for them to go main phase. You see if they're on Gimmick Puppet or not, or Fluon Deriz. And once you can check that they're not, you can obviously then go Cartesia effect on the new chain. So you're under Branded Loss protection to fuse then with herself, and probably the Grand Guignol to provide more protection for the, since it uses it's a second effect to float in the graveyard. Oh no, we already sent Grand Guignol, so oh yeah, so no, we don't even have a puppet line here, so we needed to send puppet otherwise, but that's fine. We still have a very good board. This is still like getting ready for like a puppet ban or anything, because at this point you could just make instead of the Grand Guignol, you could go Cartesia, make Stapelia plus like Saronir plus Grand Guignol. But this is also like, so okay, no, this is even better, because you can keep these in hand for interruptions, and let's just say you use your Mirror Jade, banish Snake Eyes Ash, okay, or banish their Fabled Lurie. Okay, great. Then you go Cartesia effect, fuse off the Mirror Jade plus, Saranir in hand. Sorry. And then make the Stepelia, and then you can go Quem effect, target Mirror Jade. And then also you could go Branded Lost to get more follow-up. Like another Albaz, and then you can go Branded in red. And a new chain targeting the other Albaz. And then you could just make a Borreload Furious Dragon at that point by banishing the 2 Albazes. So yeah, guys, we're showing you some non-puppet lines here because you don't need puppet to win in Branded. So this is way more interruptions than you need because you also still have Grand Guignol trigger, another Stepelia, another banish off Mirror Jade, plus Mercurier, plus the Boral pop. This is more than any other deck can play through. So remember, guys, just like you don't always need the puppet. So we're gonna play this hand as if we're getting hand trapped, guys. So order of operations goes, we don't have Cartesia access, but we could bait the first Imperm with opening. So at this point, we could go draw phase, go opening. Well, that's the thing, though, because do I want to... This Book of Eclipse says Aluber resolves, so I think I saved the Book of Eclipse at first. But yeah, so I think I go opening no matter... Or in main phase. And then go pitch the Dark Ruler no more. And at this point, since we already have the Aluber, I think it's always Quem before Aluber also, which is a big point I see a lot of people don't exactly pick up on. You should always be trying to resolve Quem before Aluber. It's a lot better, a lot more of a bait if you can go like opening into Quem than normal summon Aluber. And let's just say, okay, Quem got impermed. Okay, great. Normal summon Aluber effect, and then they go imperm again. Okay, I'm like Chain Book of Eclipse, which flips the Aluber, and now the Aluber will resolve since it's face down, no longer being able to be targeted. And then Aluber will search me out the Branded Fusion. And what's nice about this is that my monsters are gonna your opponent, oh yeah, no, so this does not flip back face up, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. We go Branded Fusion, and at this point we do have the Fusion duplication in hand, so we get to resolve Branded Fusion twice. So at this point we should just be trying to establish some advantage here. So we could go Fallen of Albaz plus Lubellion, I think, at this point, because that will get us both cards that we need. And then we can go... oh, gosh. All my cards are flying everywhere. Into Albion. I do have to move my cards over a little bit. So, like, this is, like, not as... Okay. So, sorry. Like, my field zones are, like, so messed up right now. But this is the mill field zone. We make Albion. Albion effect. Banishing the Albaz. Plus, it has to be Albion, sorry, I'm like zoning out. Albion plus the Quem, because now the Quem's not gonna flip face back up, so it's kind of useless. Then we can go Sanctifier. And we could have actually just gone, we could have played through another hand trap there, but let's just say they have a Bestial. So let's just say, okay, we're gonna now tribute over this for the Lubellion, and then we go Lubellion for the loss. Presumably they don't have another Imperm at this point. And then at this point, they really have to have like either a Crow or double Crow or double Bestial, because then you could, let's just say they Bestial this and the main, they go, if it's Magnemite, even like let's just say they go Magnemite, so they get a third Bestial. Also, I need to, it's just so good. This is why I love Allure too. It just converts your dead bricks. You can go Fusion Deployment. You go first action always to get Cartesia. You know, your order of operations, like I used to always mention, is getting Cartesia on the board so you can dodge Imperm, because Imperm you die to more than Ash, so you want to play around Imperm more than Ash. So, but you can usually play around both as much as possible, but Cartesia is your way to do that. So then you can go normal summon Aluber. Or no, you could go then Allure. No, because you don't want to lose to Droll, so you now like think about the hand traps that you could lose to. I go Allure and I get Drolled after that, I lose, so you obviously want to go normal summon Aluber, especially since we already have the Cartesia. He has to have double Imperm for, or double, like obviously Imperm Valor So he probably doesn't have that combination of cards, so you just go into this. And at this point, since you already have the Albaz in hand, you actually don't search Branded Fusion. What you do search is you search the... Well, okay, you should probably search Branded Fusion with this hand because we have Allure in hand. But if we didn't have Allure, you would be searching Branded and High Spirits, then go Branded High Spirits, pitch the Albaz. But since we have Allure, we could use Allure of Darkness at this point if we don't get Droll. Draw 2 cards. Holy crap, we're just built different. We drew the Mercurier. Mercurier effect if we don't get Drolled there. Or if we didn't get Drolled before. Since we already have Cartesia, we could get the Shrouded Dragon. Then we can go Shrouded Dragon effect to send for cost from our deck a branded spell or trap card, which very much happens to be branded Retribution. And then it'll go to the bottom of the deck. We will draw a card. Draw a brick. Go brand Lost. We can go Branded Fusion, since we already have the brand Red in hand. We can actually get kind of spicy with this hand, I think, since we have Albaz. We can search the can, get a white play. Maybe we can get a LADD combo here. So, we go Branded Fusion, send the Fallen of Albaz plus the Lubellion, because we are going to need the Lubellion for the branded and white combos for the LADD. And we go into Albion, the branded dragon, and then you can go Chainlink 1, Albion, Chainlink 2, branded Lost, to then search out the Mercurier. The other Mercurier, this is why we like to run 2 Mercuriers. And then you can banish the Albaz plus the Aluber into the Lubellion. And then Lubellion effect pitching the Albaz, so you have another Albaz in graveyard. Fusing back the banished Albaz plus the Lubellion. For the Mirror Jade. And at this point, you can obviously tribute the Albion for Lubellion. You would get branded Lost if you don't already draw it at this point. And then you can go Cartesia effect. Oh, okay. So now I'm thinking... trying to think. Okay. Now I know what I'm doing. So I was like... yeah, I could have done it a little bit differently. Okay, so we could search instead of Mercurier a Shrouded Dragon. I think this is more correct, though, because then you could, like, burn a Mercurier on, like, Nib or something. But then you go Cartesia effect. Yeah. Okay. Now I see what I'm doing. Then you can go Grangoyle. Then you can go Grangoyle effect to then send... oh, yeah, no, okay. So then we could send... oof, oof, oof. This is not working how I wanted it to, actually. So yeah, no, we're just gonna have to, instead of Mercurier, send, or get the Shrouded Dragon to make this kind of cool. Off the branded Lost, I think that's fine. And then Grangoyle effect to then go Saronir. Because we're going to go branded in white here. Or sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to go Saronir and to send branded in white. Saronir effect off the Grangoyle to send branded in white. And then we can go Retribution, target the branded in white. And at this point, yeah, we probably should have gotten the Mercurier instead. I don't know why I went back on that, because it doesn't necessarily need to be a Light and Darkness combo. That's just if you wanted it to be Light and Darkness. If not, it's like, this is probably just as good, if not better, because then you go branded in white, banishing. Yeah, because we were just being too fancy there. That's why I like branded in white, though. We go branded in white, then go Borreload Furious Dragon. On top of everything else, too. So you still have Guardian Chimera in the pocket, because then you can go branded red in the end phase. We do have the Retribution, though, so at this point, even in the end phase, We probably should have sat something, or... Okay, well... Yeah, we do have the Albion still. So yeah, we can just go end phase, Albion in the graveyard to get the branded opening so we can get the Quem on our opponent's turn. And do everything we need. Also, we don't have an Albaz right now, so we are going to probably have to go Mirror Jade effect, which is fine. Mirror Jade effect sending for the Titaniclad to banish itself, which is fine. Because then you can go... Well, actually, no. At that point, it's kind of like getting way too much in the weeds, but you guys see where we're going with that. Brand White's kind of cool. I think I just messed up the combo a little bit. I mean, you still have a competent board there. I just want to, like, perfect it. I might even name him Lad. What do you mean? Got 50 viewers on YouTube right now. What's up? What's up? We're right now doing some Lad Asteria combos. So, like, I'm trying to think, because we're trying to, like, I'm trying to lab it with Branded and White instead of Branded Banishment, because I think Branded Banishment is, like, too much of a brick to justify running the Lad. But if you do it with Branded and White and 2 Branded and Red, I think it's just fine. I'm just, like, trying to figure out my hands when I have that in mind. So I want to just try to figure out some combos that work out pretty well with Branded and White. I think this is actually a really good hand to illustrate that, because you have the Kit, and Kit really helps facilitate those plays. You could go Foolish Burial and just lose to Droll is the issue. But I think with this kind of hand, you kind of do just lose to Imperm Pass, unfortunately, because you could go Foolish, search Tragedy, but, like, that's not really great right there. So we're just gonna have to go Aluber, pretend we don't get Impermed, right? We're gonna see what a single Aluber plus, like, these cards in some bricks in hand does. Which I actually think this hand is just fine as long as we don't get Impermed on here. Because then you search the Branded and High Spirits. Wherever Branded and High Spirits might be. You're Ryan in the chat. What's up, Ryan in the chat? Chris, hey, your thoughts on Aqua Dolphin. I think Aqua Dolphin's a cool card. I used to run it in Branded for a fusion deployment target. It's cool for, like, checking hands. I think it's a bit better than Exchange when that one guy was running Exchange. We then go Brand High Spirits, revealing Albaz, pitching the Titaniclad, so we get the end phase Quem, obviously. And then we can search out the Cartesia. And now we can go special summon Cartesia since we have an Albaz in the graveyard. Then we can special summon Kit since we have a Albaz Fusion in the graveyard. Go Kit effect, searching out the Branded Fusion, and then we are going to put back the Foolish Burial at this point because we don't quite need it, which is pretty funny to think. And at this point, it's kind of like we get Ashed or whatever. If not, we still have plays with the Titanclad and the Cartesia that's still Puppet Lock through Ash. So we go Branded Fusion. At this point, I'm trying to see how we could get to LADD from here, because we could go Saronir and Shrouded Dragon with Cartesia, but that doesn't quite get us there, so I think that's fine. So yeah, let's just say we get Ashed on Branded Fusion here. That's more fun for this hand. Let's just say we get Ashed on Branded Fusion. That's fine. We go Cartesia effect. Fuse off the Aluber plus the Cartesia. And then go into Grand Guignol. And go Grand Guignol effect to then send the Albion to complete all of our combos. And we still have the Mercurier in hand, which will come up on our opponent's turn. Then we can go end phase, go the Titaniclad, get out the Starlight Quem, go Quem effect. We're going to probably just try to get a discard fodder at this point, so could send another Cartesia to go back to hand. And then you can go Albion the Branded Dragon to then go to set the Branded in red. You could actually even use Branded in red at this point. That wouldn't be terrible. But if you want to play around in more imperms, you'll just do this and then pass to your opponent. And then, see, this is where branded banishment definitely does come up. But, like, it's fine, especially since we didn't have Lubellion. Then we pass to our opponent. We wait for them to do anything. We could also just go branded and red at any point. Go take the Fallen of Albaz. Yeah, so we can't make any LADD here, which is fine. We just make Fallen of Albaz. You guys know how it works. We go Sanctifier. And then Quem target the Cartesia. And then Cartesia effect to make the Sanctifier. If they go Bestial, go Mercurier, it's just fine. So let's try to get a LADD combo here. So I want to show you guys the power of that card. And, like, also why sometimes it can... It's an interesting card, I won't lie, because it sometimes just turns off your Mercurier entirely, but it's just such a powerful effect. Would you search Fusion if your locals is Droll heavy? I mean, probably not, but, like, that's also something to consider. Like, I think Branded has enough gas to where you can play around Droll all the time. What did Branded place at Nats? Top 16. Okay, so... You rambled for 18 pages, front and back, hell yeah. Jaren Cardigan, I know all the basic combos that when I need to interact with my opponent, I spend a lot of time thinking about how I should navigate the interactions. It's always nice to, like, watch the combo videos to kind of see how to, like, navigate interactions. So I'm trying to, like, show you guys through hand traps too. Like, I'll show you guys this hand through hand traps because this hand plays through multiple hand traps. Rubiel question, Master Duel. I am trying to build 40 cards. Any advice? I have a 40 card list on my channel. I'd recommend checking that out. So, where are my Despians at? Thanks, Chris. No problem. Are you using the Nadir package with us? I'm not. I think the Nadir package is pretty good, though, and it's something I'm going to revisit with Super Poly next format. Alright, let's play through some Droll here. Order of operations. You go Fusion Deployment in main phase to obviously get your Cartesia to dodge the Imperms. We can then go opening to discard the Albaz. We can actually dodge double Imperm with this because of Branded in red, so let's just show you guys that. We can go Aluber. Actually, that is kind of funny if we dodge double Imperm. So, go Aluber, they go Imperm. Or they go Valor, and then they go... you go... Oh. Then you go Branded in red. Yeah, is that what it is? No, you go Book of Eclipse. But you already have Cartesia, so you don't even want Book of Eclipse. That's the issue with that. So you can actually play through 3 Imperms because of Book of Eclipse and that. So you chain Cartesia on the Imperm. Let's just say they have Valor. Okay, that's great. I'll go Book of Eclipse because Cartesia is still going to fuse. So flip, and then Cartesia will fuse. We go into the Grand Guignol, and then Aluber will resolve since it's off field to get us a Branded Fusion. So we're already 2 hand traps with full combo. Then on New Resolution, we go Grand Guignol effect to send the Titaniclad to get us access into Quem. And now we can go Branded Fusion. Which I'm trying to think what I want to do for here. So we can definitely get into LADD here if we go Albion line. So that's what we'll do. We will send the Fallen of Albaz plus the Lubellion. I'll go Albion Chain Link 1. Banishing Aluber plus Fallen of Albaz. Then we can go... I'm trying to think, actually. Is there a better line there? Because I don't want to discard Branded in red. So yeah, I think we can go, like, Sanctifier. Then we can go... Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the play. Okay, so we can't get Branded in white here. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. I also don't want to discard Branded in red. That's always an awkward thing to do, frankly. So we can get way more out of this if we go Sanctifier right here. And then we can tribute over the Albion for the Lubellion. Okay, so I can't show you guys... so LADD doesn't play well into hand traps. That's what we're finding out from this one, right? Because we never want to go LADD on, like, low hand traps. And at this point, though... Because if we had Shrouded in the graveyard... This would be a LADD line, for sure. So I'm trying to think how this would work, because we could search... Huh. So we could go Branded in red here, or we could go End Phase, go Albion. Get the Retribution, which is pretty good. But also we could go End Phase, get another Branded in red. Then also Titaniclad, because Titaniclad's obviously going to get the Quem. Quem effect will then send a Cartesia, which you'll need. And with all of this, I actually think... Oh, yeah, no. Okay, so what we could do is instead of sending the Cartesia, we could get spicy with it. We could send the Shrouded Dragon, even though we completely missed the puppet line here. But that's fine. We don't need the puppet line where we're going. Also, we could just send the... Yeah, what we could do is we could do Branded and what? Oh, if we had one more discard, though, I could do Branded opening. Yep, so do that, and then we can pass to our opponent. We could go and draw phase Branded and wipe. Get the Albion, banish off Lubellion plus Albion. 4. The LADD himself, and then you can obviously search under LADD with Branded Lost for the Mercourier. So they're kind of forced to out it at that point, and then you also still have access to other things. You just have a bunch of big bodies. You're kind of forced to make them out it, and then you can start playing the game with Quem, Retribution, Grand Guignol, and Mercourier. Mercourier does chain block, or this does chain block your Mercourier no matter what, though. So you kind of need to make sure your Mercourier is used up, or you might as well not even search one, honestly, unless they remove it. So that is the downside to this card. It kind of makes Mercourier useless. But this is still like 3 negates plus, once that's done, you have Retribution plus Sanctifier plus Quem. And then also, you still have Albaz in the graveyard, so that is a Mirror Jade right there. And since you do have the Cartesian graveyard, you could fuse it back with Lubellion to make a Grand Guignol. So let's just say our opponent triggers Quem after LADD's already used up. And then you go Albaz, and they have a dark on the field, or a light. And then you could obviously use its effect, discard. Hopefully you have another card in rotation, though, at that point. Wouldn't LADD negate Branded Loss? No, it does not. Because LADD cannot negate an already face-up card. Or, sorry, a card that was already activated. You already activated it, like, since it's already face-up, essentially. So, Brand Loss will still... You'll still search under Branded Loss. Man, frozen chicken sucks. I ain't gonna lie. We got 48 viewers on YouTube right now. How's it going, guys? Y'all are wild. That water just started spraying everywhere. I guess we could put Banishment back in the deck and test it. I just think Banishment is so bad right now. Like, it's actually unplayable. Because Branded Lost isn't activating. Like, it's confusing, I know, but like LADD can, like, if you read how LADD is worded, it's really confusing, but that's just how it works. This hand is 3 bricks. I still play through a couple hand traps. It's just deployment Aluber. Normal summon Aluber, or sorry, go deployment. Get the Cartesia. Get normal summon Aluber. At that point, you just get Branded Fusion. Just such a simple combo line. But we do have a bunch of stuff for Asteria, so that will be kind of cool. So we can go do an Asteria line with this. So we can send Asteria off a Branded Fusion with Albaz. This is why, if you have multiple spells and traps that you can discard, Asteria is way better to go than Lubellion. Or, sorry, yeah, Bestial Lubellion. So we can go Albion, Chainlink 1 Albion. Bashing the Albaz and the Aluber. Forgot what the exact explanation is. My one judge friend explained it to me, but I just like... go Chainlink 1 Lubellion, discarding the Dark Ruler no more. To then spin self back with Albaz for Lubellion, or sorry, for Mirjade. And then we can go... On resolution, a Stellar, since a monster sent a spell or trap card to activate its effect to the graveyard to special summon itself. And now you can go a Stellar effect to then pitch the Dark Ruler no more, to then go to Quem. Yes, this plays into Nib somewhat, but like obviously... What's the Nib spot? You still have lots of follow-up, you know. You can send Titaniclad off a Mirjade, that's fine. And then you go Quem effect to then send just another Albaz at that point, because you need another Albaz in rotation. And then you can then go Cartesia effect to then fuse off itself plus Asteria. Do we need that? That was actually the question. So I do want to send Lubellion. Yeah, Lubellion will tribute... Yep, okay. So we're sending Asteria plus Cartesia. For Grand Guignol, Chainlink 2 Quests, targeting the Cartesia, Chainlink 1 Grand Guignol, to send then the Bestial Lubellion from the deck. And then you can tribute over Albion for Lubellion, and then you can go Lubellion effect to then get the Branded Lost from the deck, or the Branded, you know, banished or whatever continuous you might be using. And at this point, you have a really good field, because you have the Quem with the Albaz in rotation with Cartesia, plus Brand Lost, plus a card in hand, plus a Mirjade that's completely live, plus an Asteria that comes back, basically. So you guys just see how Asteria builds a board out of nothing. Just makes your combo, it just insulates your combos really nicely. So you could obviously pass turn to your opponent. Go set this, go Cartesia effect, or go like Mirjade Banish on Snake Eyes Ash, and then go Cartesia effect, like make Grand Guignol. Could also make this into a Branded Lost combo. Oh, we were supposed to get a Branded in red. We also get a Branded in red here. That's wild. And then obviously you could also just like make LADD with this by going Grand Guignol to then send Yeah, okay, so we could do that. We could do something cute. This is a LADD Asteria combo that we just made offhand. Send the Albion, and then Quem Effect. Also on the same chain link, get the Mirror Jade back. And then you can go Mirror Jade Effect again, and then on Resolution, go Branded in red, targeting the Shrouded Dragon plus the Lubellion for the LADD. So your opponent has to deal with this. And then also, I forgot, you got a search, so you obviously get a search off a law, so you probably already used Mercurier. So I think LADD is really good, actually, in a board state like this, where you make your opponent play into your already established branded board, and then once you've exhausted all of your effects, you just go, you go LADD, and that's like, how is your opponent outing that? So I think that's why it's pretty strong. Also, I think it's just showing you guys that we should be using a Stellar. Stellar's just so good. Anything is possible. It just seems like it's either LADD or Sanctifier. It's really hard to do both. That's why I think like Brandon White would be the thing to bridge it. But that was like so many negates. That was like more interruption than like Gimmick Puppet. Best show ever, says Rubiel. I appreciate it. Question, Master Duel, I've trying to, yeah. So like, I do appreciate it, Rubiel. I don't want to waste resources. Also amazing content, support from Cuba. Sorry if I was short with you before. I wanted to do that combo. I would say, like, I would definitely recommend watching my 40 card branded build. Obviously, Master Duel is a little bit different, but, like, you can adjust your deck towards it. I would say overall, like, multiple Shrouded Dragons, very good. You gotta get Quem, you gotta get Cartesia or two. One Grand Guignol's fine to save on the URs. You could be doing stuff with Despia and Adlib with Adlib instead of Puppet, so you don't have to buy the Sanctifier, which is a UR. What if LADD is a mandatory negate? If it has not enough attack to negate, I went Brand Fusion, would they be able to respond with Ash Blossom or no? Because of LADD, no, they would not. So LADD chain blocks your branded fusions from Ash Blossom. So that's one of the best parts about LADD, actually. So guys, make sure to leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. We're at 35 likes right now. Let's see if we can hit the like goal of 50 likes by the end of the stream. 46 people watching. I know that we can do it. I really do appreciate it, guys. I'll do more videos like this in the future if you guys liked it. I thought it was a fun pack stream today, making ban lists. You guys stayed around for the combos. Really do appreciate that, guys. Appreciate you all. Yeah, LADD is very good. It's very utility. You just gotta be careful with it. I think, guys, it's very good, like in that situation where I just showed you guys. And that's why I'm not afraid when Sanctifier or Puppet gets banned. The deck's just fine. It's not exactly why, but yeah. Okay, so with this kind of hand, this is a funny hand, actually. We drew double Quem, so that really sucks. We actually kind of have to start Quem when it's like this. But I mean, not really. So let's just play without Quem, I guess. That'll be a funny way to do it. Playing without Quem. Normal summon a Luber. We could go High Spirits. Chain High Spirits, reveal the Magnamut. Send to the graveyard. And we don't send Titanclad now. Well, we could also get to... Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. Because we can spin back one of the Quems. Got it. Okay, we send Titanclad. Then we search the... I'm just dumb. This is why I love Kit. Kit is actually such a good thing. I've been playing Master Duel a lot lately, and I run multiple Kit there because Aluber's at 2 over there. Opening's at 1, so I think you need to run more Kit. And it's really good over there. Then we can go Kit Effect, Special Summon, go Kit Effect, get a Branded Fusion... Where's the Branded Fusion? They're all, like, stacked. Put back a Quem. Crazy how that works, right? Now, we do lose to Ash here, kinda. Well, we don't, because we get Ashed, and then we go Quem in the end phase, then they have to play into Quem, probably. Still not the best hand, obviously. Then we can go Branded Fusion. And this is just like standard board, frankly. Because we have one Dark Ruler, no more, so we could get Asteria, but there's not a huge point to it. Yeah, we just do standard combo here. Then we go Albion the Branded Dragon here to banish the Fallen of Albaz plus the Magnamut for Lubellion. For the Starlight Lubellion effect, discard for cost, Dark Ruler. Or we could discard the Quem. I think discarding Quem is actually kind of fine because it gives you a target for Branded in red, just in case. Swing back Albaz. Obviously, you guys have already seen this combo a bit, so I'm trying to rush through it. Tribute over Albion for Lubellion. Lubellion effect, getting the Branded Lost out of my 60-card deck. And then we do have Albion and Titanclad for the follow-up, plus Lost, plus a Mirror Jade banish. So then go end phase, Albion get our one Quem. Go Quem effect, get probably Albaz to the graveyard. Trying to think though, because we still need, yeah, we don't get Gimmick Lock with this hand. Did I just mess it up somehow? Yeah, we had to send, okay, so we had to send Cartesia. That's fine. We had to send Cartesia to the graveyard instead of Lubellion and just not get lost. That's fine. I overshot that hand. Uptime 3 hours. Wow, we have been streaming for 3 hours.